contest. And now Team Philippines are about 8K ahead in 10 minutes. Not a single death as well.
Still a perfect game for the side of the Philippines. I would say a very scary sight to behold if you're Indonesia, considering that you fought against the same team, and Philippines is experiencing a better, I would say, a better success rate in the 10-minute mark compared to what happened in the Indonesian game.
Oh yeah, they're definitely more dominant here right now. And I think we read into the Lolita pick. We haven't seen the Domino Blast work at
We
all.
have not seen a full-out team fight. It's always been pick-off after pick-off. It looks like it's going to be another one here.
Yeah, even under the tower, they are playing it around. That Cult Altar actually is a lot better time, but the tower will also fall. Diagon with a flicker in, and a beautiful final slash might actually be the final slash for the game.
And this is a maniac for the Arlot. We talked about this, how impactful this Arlot could be. And now they're going to have just Rathiani defending against 4 people on the side of the Philippines.
Yeah, Diagon might have actually just executed the play of the game, and that will be all she wrote for this one.
With this loss, with this victory for Team Philippines, Team Cambodia is effectively out of the running.
Oh man, that must be very unfortunate for the home team, Cambodia. But this is the harsh reality of esports. Winners will advance, and sports in general, there will be losers. In Cambodia, they did try their best, and we saw that in their first 2 games of the day. Sadly, our last match of the Group A will be Philippines versus Indonesia, and we're going to determine who will be the seed or the first seed of Group A, because seeding still matters for the second part of this tournament, where the first seed of Group A will be fighting against the second seed of Group B. So you'll battle technically a stranger next round.
Basically a tale as old as time. Once more, it is going to be Philippines versus Indonesia again in their own brackets. And with good, basically, it's going to be toe-to-toe right now, right? Because of the stats, because of how dominant Philippines was here in this game versus Cambodia.
Yeah, just truth of the story here. Team Philippines and Team Indonesia are rivals. Again,
Yes,
on top of the MLBB world, whether it be the women's division or the male division, the men's division. But as it is, we will get a sneak peek of what eventually might happen in the playoffs brackets. But for now, again, let's take some time to look back at what happened here in this best of 1. As Theodore mentioned here, it's a much more dominant situation. What happened with Indonesia versus Cambodia, this is what?
I feel like
20-30% much faster.
yeah, faster and also more dominant. The only kill that I think Cambodia scored in this game against the Philippines is, I think, a sacrificial play coming in from the Kaja as well.
A single death on
A
Vivero.
single death on Vivero, and Vivero was trying to make a play happen. And that's usually the fate of roamers anyway. You try to set up for your team. If you die, you die. As long as you do your job, that's pretty much it.
I can already hear the calms of those women on the stage. Who died? Who died? But of course,
In their home language.
in their home language. Yes, exactly. So well, obviously, it's all for the victory, right? It was the decision to make that dive happen so that they can end the game right there and then.
Yep, they were forcing critical mass, and again, when you are ahead with the lineup as such drafted by Team Philippines, you just force the issue at every single point, because again, from roll to roll, you are outgunning and outplaying your opposition, and that's exactly what Team Philippines did. They understood the assignment, and with that, they didn't have to wait for a Luminous Lord. They didn't have to wait for a defense, and again, I'll have to echo whether it was Rockhart or Owami who mentioned it. Diagon was definitely who opened the gates. They were the ones who forced the final push and who, in effect, wiped out Team Cambodia. Was it a Maniac she scored?
Yeah, it was a maniac on the Arlot, opening the gates, gate of the Dragon.
Way of the Diagon.
The way of the Dragon.
Way of the Dragon.
I'll allow it.
You'll allow it for now, but now we're going to look at the post-game stats in a bit. That Arlot definitely game-changing. I feel like Indonesia, after watching that game number 1 against between Cambodia and Philippines, they got to ban that Arlot out.
Yeah, shaking like this table.
Interesting, because looking back at game 1, Fumi Echo could have picked up the Arlot, but instead she went for the Yuzhong. So that might be to taste. I wonder if that's something that Diagon or Fumi Echo might be contesting. Because again, when it comes down to Team Philippines and Team Indonesia, whether it be, as mentioned earlier, the women's division or the men's division, things get a little close, things get heated, and that's coming up soon. But for now, let's go ahead and look back at the post-game statistics, starting with the draft and the item builds. I'd say, personally, there's not much that both of these teams did odd or out of the ordinary. Battle spells here. I wonder if there was anything special about their emblems. I don't think so. I think game 1 was more interesting, wherein there was no mystery shop for the Kagura. Here, I think it's safe to say that the mid laner from both teams understood the assignment. It just was very difficult for the Faramis to actually answer to the raw firepower and just forward velocity that Team Philippines were rocking. Looking at the stats here, 11 minutes all it took, a single death onto Vivero on that Kaja. She was there for about 77% of the team fights, but yeah, Vochora, the Martis, was always forward. She was always there. She was always trying to push the boundaries. And this might be where communications broke down for Team Cambodia, because between Vochora and Chanta, they are from opposites, polar opposites when you're coming in with engages. Vochora, nothing to lose. Caution to the wind. She has all the iframes she needs to be able to get out of there. Chanta, though, she's the one who has to protect herself. She's the one who, yes, has the inevitable bonk, that one sure stun that might stop Vivero from the initiation, but that Numenon Blast is always threatened to actually never come off. You could die from Perez alone, right? She's the rich gal here in this game. She was free farming, like nothing. Tith Marina, she couldn't even. And that's not just because of the way the game played, but also just how Perez read the situation. Very similar to Chel's carry in game 1. Perez just did her job, moved on. Nothing to do here, I'll go here, and then at some point it was too little too late. It looked like this Melissa was playing in the super late game at about the 8th or 9th minute, and that's just how far ahead Team Philippines was. Team Cambodia could even touch turrets. They had dealt about 4,000 damage to maybe 2 across the board.
They broke only 1.
That's about it. They even broke 1. See, just 1. So with that being said, Team Philippines were just way ahead of the curve, and dare I say, it might be because they saw exactly how Team Cambodia played in Game 1 and used that to their advantage, and they studied exactly where the strong points are, where the weak points are, and where the communications might break down, and that's exactly why this game went to this way. Alpuerto and Amores were very aggressive in the early game, and Vivero finding the spots where it mattered. Again, that pull yourself together, she used it to great effect, not only for that one time she died. I don't think she was even in the final picture when they were cracking the base, but also for that battle spell. Because again, we mentioned mid-game how she might actually flub a few flickers, but it didn't really matter. Amores was just everywhere. She was rocking this Purify on this Farsa. She is the MVP of this best of 1. And looking back, she was trying to dodge, just in case it came through, just in case that Numenon Blast. She was also trying to watch out for those pulls. And yeah, in case she got hit by the many different soft CCs put on the board by Vochora, that's why she was deathless. That's why she played this way. All she needed was 3 core items, and she was just doing her job. She was just playing the way she was, and we noted how sometimes she was lacking in burst. I don't think she wanted to kill anybody. I think she was happy to just send them home so that the rest of the teammates, her teammates, can actually just go ahead and do things on the map.
That's right, and I think we saw exactly that in these matches where Vivera, she really did maximize that flicker. Every time it was on, it was like, all right, it's go time for us, guys.
We're getting at least 1 whenever that flicker is up. And Amores in this game, using the Farsa as intended is actually, I would say, still very much MVP worthy, mainly because of all the angles that she took. And look at this counter engage, this counter conceal coming in from Vivero definitely set the pace here for the Philippines in that team fight alone. And with this, I think this is close to the final push where the Arlott actually went wild. But
There it is.
There it is. The final slash. And then,
Wave Diagon.
not gonna lie, that could have been a maniac for El Puerto, but the Arlott just had to get it.
Yeah, I think Diagon was just way too ahead in itemization as well.
At some point, you kind of just don't fight for the kills. A kill is a kill, and you kind of want to just get the win, you know?
Yep, and kills weren't the main objective here. I think the ladies from the Philippines were very disciplined, and they understood that, yeah, we could have gotten the kill, but by sending them home one way or another is enough. And that's what bought them this quick finish, the 11-minute win.
And you said sending home, they literally sent Cambodia home because Cambodia is now out of the 32nd SEA Games. Our next game is actually a big one. It's Philippines versus Indonesia, two of the strongest MLBB regions going up in the 32nd SEA Games in Cambodia. And I'm just so excited for this one.
Yeah, it's tale as old as time at this point, right?
Clash of the Titans in the group stage.
All right, who's first and who's second? I guess that's all the question that we have to answer is later on.
It's
in the
already
bracket.
sure for Indonesia and Philippines that they're going to go to the next round.
Yep.
All we have to know at this point is who's going to go as the first seed or the second seed. It's still going to be a best of one between these two teams. So you got to wait and make sure to watch our 32nd SEA Games live in the English broadcast. We have been your casters. My name is Umi. With me is Rockhart and Leo. We'll be right back for the English broadcast of the 32nd SEA Games in Cambodia.
The Turkish Delight, they're here making another statement. They deserve this celebration. EG Worldwide North America has come.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! Starting off 2023 with a huge bang. The M4 World Championship by Mobile Legends Bang Bang Esports achieved one of the highest peak concurrent viewerships of 4.2 millions, setting the tone for the year. And with the MPL seasons and official tournaments going underway in their respective regions, we know that fans across the globe wanted more. Taking place in Phnom Penh, the vibrant capital city of lovely Cambodia, for the first time in MSC history, this year's cup will include non-sea representatives. And why do this and include international teams? The objective is simple: to improve MLBB esports level and ecosystem, evolving an established regional brand into an international championship, one without borders. MSC 2023 is a testament to the increasing demand and support from fans across the world. Hashtag See the World. We will work hard to elevate the tournament level and increase our esport competitiveness. With that, do look forward to witnessing world-class MLBB esports in Phnom Penh this June. See you there and see the world.